All right, class is back. I want to do all the exciting stuff I normally do, but I don't got no time for that. So let's get straight to it. So I was talking with some students earlier. We talked about the harsh realities of success, and I'm gonna tell you one right now. The hardest thing with success is it's not that you like they say people get haters. It's not that you're getting haters. It's that people are exposing themselves, and what people are exposing is how they feel about you once you start doing better than either they are or how better than they perceived you to become, right? So one thing I've had happen is I've gone through different levels in my life. In my 20s, my late teens, my early 20s, I was like the screw up, right? I just couldn't get things right. Everything would always fall apart. The partying, the drinking, all the stuff that happens with young adults, right? And this was before the crazy social media addiction. The only thing really out there was MySpace. But anyways, I was just kind of making my mistakes and fumbling through, right? Then I started to lock in around age 25. I graduated my bachelor's degree at age 26. I started doing okay for myself. But I still had this feeling that I needed to prove myself to people. I needed to prove that I was smart now or that now I had it all together. So what I would end up doing is I would really always put my foot in my mouth. I would always speak out of like insecurity. Like, oh, well now I'm doing XYZ or now I'm here. And I was always trying to challenge, the viewpoint people had of me. And what I did not realize at that time is I was playing into people's game. Because even if I was doing good, as long as I was putting my foot in my mouth and trying to prove myself, they had a power over me. And that power is validation. Them not giving me validation for how good I was doing was keeping me stuck within this loop where I'm just like, hey, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Look at me, I've changed, I've grown. Look at me. Now let's say into my early 30s, right? Now I'm a little bit out of college. I'm getting my job, my career together. I get my own apartment, car, all the fun stuff that young adults usually do once they start to glow up. And still, I have these people around me that are kind of like, they see my glow up, but they realize I don't see it. So the way that they could control me is they would pick at me and do little stuff to get in my head and, kind of use my insecurities against me. Like I vent about something. I'm like, hey, I'm worried about this in my job. And they're like, well, yeah, you should worry. You should be really worried because, if we go into recession again, what are you going to do? Da-da-da. They would plant these little seeds. And those seeds really made me like kind of doubt myself, right? So late 30s, or no, I'll say mid 30s is when I get into school and get my master's degree. Now, this was the change agent. I feel like my master's degree was whatever higher power out there, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, gave me another chance. I was in a bad situation, dead-end job after job, and, the typical frustration you have when things just aren't working out. And when I get to this point, I get a job offer and they say, hey, we'll put you through your master's for free. So I get my master's degree in business, and that opened up the door to my teaching. It opened up the door to me running my own business. It opened up the door to me learning how to invest, like so many different things. I started traveling. All these good things happened. And then it's like even more and more people would do the little pick at me stuff. But here's the biggest difference. I stopped looking for validation. So what happened to me as I really turned the bracket and turned the corner and turned 40, I stopped seeking validation and I start getting or receiving recognition, right? So here's what you'll see. A lot of people are on social media because that's like our second home right now. It's its own ecosystem. Instagram, TikTok, all these different platforms, Facebook. And you see a lot of people seeking validation, posting selfies every single day, posting every single little accomplishment, even if it's not even a big deal. They're posting things that are like, things that are like normal, right? Like I went and got groceries. I'm posting pictures of the health food I bought just to like get validation from people like, oh yeah, now you're healthy. And what happens is you turn a corner, you see other people that are being brought up in conversation. They're being brought up and acknowledged, and they're receiving recognition. They're not looking for validation. They're on their mission, they're on their purpose. So earlier today, I commented on like one of my favorite like celebrity mentor authors I look up to, and got the like and the response from that person. I'm not going to put the whole conversation out there, but just got a response of like, you got this. And it was one of those moments where I was like, wait a minute, like I was the one that used to look for validation. Now people are, they're recognizing who I am and my potential. And that's something I would wish for other people. And I definitely wish I would have learned it earlier, but since I didn't, I'm sharing it with you. So per usual, I hope this session of class helped. Again, stop seeking validation and you get into a point where you receive recognition.